So season 2, love the show so much, continue to love Coop. But I'm curious, you've worked on a lot of great shows and films now over the years. Between your work as an actor and executive producer on this, have you noticed that you've had a different kind of joy or creative muscle that you've been able to do on this production compared to other productions?
That's a good question. I don't think I've ever been asked that before. I think sure, but also no.
Fair.
I think that this show is coming at the time of my life that it comes. It's obviously very different. It's a very different show. It's unique to its own experience, but also I've kind of earned my stripes as an executive producer and have been able to kind of really establish how much control I want to have and how much I want to give up and be able to delegate that power and control accordingly.
Sure.
So yeah, I think it's great. I mean, obviously it's a show I love making. It's a hit. People really like the show.
Yes.
So that part of it is exciting to come back to. And we've been picked up for a 3rd season. So that's
Congrats.
an incredible vote of confidence as well.
Yes.
Listen, it's fun as an actor to just keep working.
Of course.
I'm 55. I just turned 55 this year. Coop's a little younger than me, wink. But his journey is also kind of that midlife scenario that we all will find is not as easy as it used to be. And everything, getting up in the morning, working, paying the bills, all the things that used to become a little easier or without anxiety built in now kind of have a lot more weight. So that's a big part of the show and thematically a big part of where we're going.
Absolutely. But, a lot of us first got to know you in 2007 when Mad Men came out. But over the years, you've seen different changes, the ebbs and flows of this industry. So I'm curious, are there things today that you're seeing in Hollywood in the industry that you're liking more than before? And are there any aspects of yesteryear that you wish were still in place?
That's a good question as well. Listen, I think that Hollywood, like all of our cultural institutions, is constantly changing, morphing, figuring out what it's going to look like. If you would have told me when we started Mad Men, even that Netflix, the company that mailed you DVDs, was going to become this multi-billion-dollar streamer of original content, I would have laughed in your face.
Sure.
And I think most people would have.
Yeah.
So you can't really predict what the future is going to look like. So you kind of have to just manage it as it comes. I used to get the question all the time working on Mad Men, oh, wouldn't you like to go back then? And it would be so great. And wouldn't it be great to live in those worlds? And I always thought, no, not. I mean, it would be much better as a heterosexual, straight, white male for sure.
Yeah.
But that better, I don't know if that's real because obviously I prefer painless dentistry and cars that have seatbelts and air travel and things that just kind of weren't as prevalent.
Which are standard now.
Yeah. So I think that the future is always going to be nebulous and cloudy, but I think that we're working towards, we might take one step back for every 2 steps forward, but we're moving toward a better future. So
I agree.
I'm an optimist.
I am the same way. But my last question, a signature question I like to ask people, Jon, that play these great characters as you do on Your Friends and Neighbors. So if you, Jon, could speak to Coop after embodying him over these 2 seasons of Your Friends and Neighbors and give him advice, a warning, or a comforting message, what would you say to him if only you could? What do you feel he needs to hear from you from the outside in?
He should have taken the deal at the end of the 1st season. That's what he should have done.
Go back to his same company, yeah?
Yeah, that's what he should have done. I know it was ultimately unfulfilling for him, but I don't know if this lifestyle is sustainable.
Burglary in houses not have longevity?
It doesn't seem to. So I wish the best for him, but I'm not optimistic.
Well, congrats. I can't wait for everybody else to see what I saw on April 3rd on Apple TV. Great to see you, Jon.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for your time.